Hi there, welcome to Social Media Help Desk. I'm Katie Wagner. This is the time every week when we get together to talk about what's new in social media news, the changes they've made to the channels, and how we're using them to get the best results for our clients. We like to share our tips and tricks with you. So I'm here with one of our content editors, Taylor.
Hi.
And our managing content editor, Sean.
Hi.
And we've got a lot going on today, mostly in the realm of Instagram. A lot of the social media news this week is about Instagram and some tweaks they've made. And the first one is that you may start seeing a lot more influencers in your Instagram feed lately. So usually the stuff you see in your feed is people you follow or hashtags you follow, and that's how things get into your news feed. But now Instagram is going to start letting people who take advantage of branded content, meaning essentially they pay for ads, they're going to let them place those ads into your news feed as posts along the way. So if influencers are partnering with a brand, and let's say we have a makeup client and we send the makeup to an influencer to post about, and so they're posting that content on their Instagram account, but they've hashtagged it branded content or ad, I think they have to use, that now can go into the news feed for people they deem to be in their target audience. So you no longer have to opt in to follow those hashtags or follow those influencers. You're going to see a lot of their content in your feed regardless because they have targeted you in some way. Taylor, what do you think? Is that a good thing, bad thing?
I think we're going to see, I think it's a good thing for some and for others not so much, but for companies, I think this is going to kind of replace doing big product shoots and whatnot, because a lot of these influencers, they can just pay them and then the influencers handle the photography and all of the sets. So I can see this being kind of a budget cut for some companies, but in a good way. But for someone like myself, I don't follow barely any influencers on my personal account, so it'll be interesting now seeing them pop up. But I do follow some fashion accounts and things like that where they do show up.
It's funny because as a marketer, I really like it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, great, we strike deals with influencers for our clients sometimes, and this means we can get it in front of the right people. As a user, not such a big fan, right? Although, I don't know about you, Sean, but I am big on Instagram shopping. I'm one of the only people around here who admits they buy things off Instagram. And this seems like it will be very bad for my wallet. Because it seems like branded content is usually about a product that I want. And if it now shows up in my newsfeed without me having to find it, that could be a dangerous thing. Which is exactly what all the people that do the job we do on the other side want to have happen, right? So it's a mixed bag there. All right, so the next piece of news from Instagram is something that we've been talking about a lot around the agency here, and that's that normally Instagram likes to gather data about you, right? About what you're interested in, what you respond to content-wise. That's not new. Facebook does that. All social media does that. Google does that. But we figured out, or not we, someone has figured out how to figure out what Instagram thinks your interests are, and how they're deciding what to show you in the Explore tab. And so I'm going to tell you the hack at the end so you can see what Instagram thinks your interests are. But what we found is that it's really far off base. And it's become this big joke in sort of the marketing world that Instagram doesn't really know what our interests are. And I don't know. It's interesting because if you look it up, it seems to be off base. One of our colleagues, Audrey, said they had her as being very interested in cake.
Then I did it as well, and I was interested in, I think, gardening and some
Gardening,
which I do not partake in at all.
No, I wouldn't list that as one of your top interests.
No.
But it's funny though, Taylor, because we look and it looks silly, right? But then when I look at my feed and the kind of stuff they show me, the ads I get and that sort of thing, it's pretty dead on. Like I am interested in a lot of that stuff. So I don't know what to make of that, right?
Yeah, the categories must, I don't know, be broad. Some of my list and my interests were really accurate, and then some were really far off. So I don't know if it's people that have interest in this also have interest in that, and that's how they're tying that in, because it was kind of 50-50.
Tell me something they nailed that they said you were interested in and that you are.
Sports stuff, and I follow all like Bleacher Report, the NBA Finals right now, and that came up on there, so that was pretty accurate. But it's also something that's just big happening on everybody's feeds and in the news, so that might be another generic one.
It's funny, they didn't say I was interested in sports.
No?
No.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah. Sean, how about you? What does Instagram think you're interested in? Do you know?
It was spot on in the terms of sports and fitness, but I got gardening as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, so I don't know where that came from. I'm not a gardener.
Everyone at KWSM likes gardening.
Clearly we need to start a garden club around here, right?
It's telling us interests we didn't even know we had.
Right.
So if you want to check your interests, what Instagram says your interests are, here's what you do. You go to settings on your Instagram account on your phone, then security. You'll find the button that says access data, and then the button that says ads. So settings, security, access data, ads, and you will see the list of what Instagram has categorized as your interests. And write to us, leave us a comment below or send us an email and let us know if yours are accurate and what you make of that. You know, what does it mean that information may be so far off? Because I typically do get targeted for the right ads, so something is right, but Instagram may be sorry that we can see these targets now. And then last is news that's kind of about Instagram and a little bit about TikTok. Now, 5 minutes ago, did you know what TikTok was?
I did not.
No, I didn't either. How about you?
I had some familiarity with it, but wasn't really a big consumer. I knew it because I saw the TikTok video and content that would play in my Twitter feed. Yeah.
Sean, have you been making music videos on TikTok on your off hours?
I have not. I can assure you I have not.
Okay. We just want to make sure we weren't missing any really good content
right.
that we should be checking out. So TikTok has long been apparently a place where amateurs like us make music videos. You can make some video, you put some music in it, you have your little video there, but Instagram is taking this a step further because you can have Instagram stories and you can add music to them, but now they're letting you add captioned lyrics, which TikTok does not. TikTok does not have captioned lyrics. And so it says with a lot of Instagram stories being watched at work, on the train, at school, you know, where you're not supposed to be using Instagram, they wanted to give people a chance to see what the music was without having to listen to the music. It makes sense. It makes sense. They also wanted to give artists, it says, a leg up with promoting new music releases on the app. Apparently that's a really big use of Instagram. I don't follow any artists, do you?
I actually do, whereas I don't follow influencers, I follow quite a bit of artists.
Does Taylor Swift release music videos on Instagram?
She might have done a clip for the last one. That's something to ask Audrey. She wishes, I'm sure she wishes
Audrey,
she could answer that question.
You're in the back, so we could holler for you, but if you're watching online,
I think through
let us know.
IGTV there's been snippets of people's music videos, yes.
Okay. All right, so well now we can see captions, you know, which might be good because sometimes I can't understand the lyrics.
What they're saying.
So maybe captions are a good thing, you know, as a rule.
Yeah, I look up lyrics all the time.
Yeah.
Do you?
I've seen them in a couple of Instagram stories, and they pop up and they disappear. So it's not like they're constantly scrolling.
Weird.
Yeah, it's really good look.
Very
I like
cool.
it.
Okay, second question. Will you start making music videos now using this?
Probably not.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, just checking. Good. Well, you know, Instagram's one of our favorite channels around here, and it's a lot of people's favorite channel because it's growing really fast. Instagram owned by Facebook, of course. They're constantly making little tweaks. You guys remember, it was many months ago, maybe even a year ago, that the founders of Instagram left. So now it's solely under Facebook's control. And one thing that we talk about a lot when we use Instagram for our clients is how do we drive results using it? You know, one of the things Instagram is not as good at as Facebook or some of the other channels is driving traffic. Harder to drive website traffic on Instagram because not all the posts link. Whereas on Facebook, everything can link back to the website or to a landing page. But we want to really make sure that our clients can get business from Instagram and can use it to get results. So Sean, you've been thinking a little bit about our service-based clients and how service businesses can use Instagram.
Yeah, it's very interesting because you don't actually have a physical product to sell.
Right.
So you have to market your skills and your talent. So a couple of ways of doing that is make sure if you're a hair salon, nail salon, gym, personal trainer, whatever you do, make sure that you have a link to your website so the consumer can schedule their appointment in just one seamless experience. Because if you have to close the app to use it, to book the appointment, you're probably going to lose them a little bit.
And Instagram just released that feature not too long ago. And then I think Facebook rolled it out last year, their new templates that you can add book now, order now, stuff like that.
Call, email, those buttons right there. And since Instagram's on your phone, that's a great place to just hit the call button and make an appointment. But we should mention, Sean, that those buttons only exist on an Instagram business account.
Yes.
So if you still have a personal Instagram account for your business, might be time to switch over. You know, let's talk about that for a second because there's a lot of pros and cons to having a business account versus a profile, right? Are you frowning?
I don't know, I'm thinking about it.
You have strong opinions, I know. We'll go head to head here, Tate. It's okay. So I think if you're going to be a business, you need a business account because two things. Number one, these buttons that you're mentioning gives you a call to action, direct call, direct book, email, the address is there. It gives you a chance to find them. But secondly, you have analytics. And I think if you're using Instagram for business, analytics is really important. You want to know about the behavior of your audience, about the demographics of your audience. That's important. I have a coaching client. She's an artist, a great artist out of LA. And she's been on Instagram under my tutelage for many years. We've worked together for a long time. But she was always resistant to the business account, right? And we finally said, okay, it's time to switch over. We're going to switch because we need these stats. We can't take it any further without really knowing about our audience. So we did finally switch it. But one of the things that was holding her back, and this is I think a con, and one of the things that a lot of people struggle with is sometimes if you've had a personal account for a long time and then you switch to a business, the algorithm works a little differently and your reach can be stunted for a little bit. So sometimes when you first switch over, you don't get the amount of reach or engagement or likes that you had as a personal profile, just because the algorithm treats a business profile a little bit differently. I believe it's still worth it because the pros outweigh the cons and because you can build up that engagement over time. But a lot of people rebel against that. What do you think? You're a rebeller.
Yeah, it's funny because some accounts, absolutely, I think business accounts are the way to go. But I've also seen a lot of people just turn their personal accounts into business accounts, and I don't understand that at all.
Because they want the analytics.
Yeah.
But they're trying to game the system.
I came across this exact scenario this weekend with a kid from high school. He just works construction. I don't know why he would convert his page to a business account, and I just could not wrap my brain around why he would do that.
Is he in business for himself? Is he trying to promote his construction work?
No. It was so interesting. Besides maybe having your phone number on there, I don't know. But then for someone like me, that's something that I would keep completely private and wouldn't want on there. So I'm seeing a lot. I've seen girls do it too, and I understand that most of them are trying to turn it into a blog and whatnot. But now I'm seeing just everyone kind of convert theirs. I also kind of experienced this with my mom's account. She's a business woman, and she had a personal Instagram account, and recently it got converted. And I felt like in her industry, which was real estate and mortgage, her page kind of looked more authentic when it was personal, and now that it's the business account, it's got like her, her real estate number and her license number and all this stuff, and now it doesn't look like, to me, it's not as attractive to go to her page because it seems more salesy as it did like looking at someone in their personal life and kind of being attracted to work with them for that aspect.
Well, there's the voyeurism, right? And real estate's a hard industry because we teach a lot of realtors at our social media boot camp, and all realtors want to use their personal channels. They want to have a personal Facebook, not a business page. They want to have a personal Instagram. And to a certain extent, I get that because a realtor is a service-based business, right? And working with a realtor, that's a one-on-one relationship. I pick a realtor because of that person. I'm not going to let a jerk show me houses, right? So I get that, but I also think, so I'm a purist, so I think that it's actually inauthentic to pretend like, oh, this is just my fun personal page, when really you're trying to get business, right?
It's all marketing.
Why not just tell it like it is, you know? I could have this agency owner on the go Instagram. But I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to get you to call me, right?
Right.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree.
I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. Tell your mom to call me. We'll talk it out.
I've been begging her. Hope she'll see this.
Okay. Taylor's mom, what's your mom's name?
Renee,
we need you to call us so we can discuss your influencer status on Instagram. All right, Sean, I stole your thunder. What else we got?
Yeah, so you're trying to build that relationship with people who may become clients, and you want to showcase the people behind the brand.
Right.
And I think we do that a good job here, doing a really good job of that with our KWS team Instagram.
We have awesome people, that's why.
Yes, exactly. It makes it super easy to do. So a way to build that rapport is to behind the scenes content, the day-to-day. If you're a hairstylist, show the before and after pictures for your clients. Show the cool nail bling that you're doing if you're, a nail artist, or the transformation if you're a personal trainer. If your client from when they came day one to their 90-day results, things like that. So you want to showcase the people behind the brand, and because you really don't have a product to sell other than the services that you provide and what you can, the results you can get for them.
So you're saying focus on the outcome of those services and show us that. Show us what you've created in the world or in a client.
Because I know if I'm swiping through Instagram and I see like the before and after pictures of like a personal training client, I'll see like, okay, this person did a really good job. Maybe that's a trainer I'd like to hire.
I just get really jealous and angry.
Right, right.
You're like, I'm gonna have more pizza and stew
Right,
about
exactly.
this.
As I'm eating donuts and swiping through Instagram. Yeah.
I have no words. I'm with ya. I'm with ya. Okay.
So yeah, just make sure you're showcasing the people behind the brand. It makes it more relatable. Whereas, you know, a product that you can buy, you're not going to get that personal connection with it unless it's something you really, really like. But you're, just make sure you're showcasing the people behind the brand, the day-to-day faces.
I think one other really important aspect of that is user-generated content, right? Like have your clients post about the transformation you've helped them make, or the nail bling, the nail bling you've helped put on, because those are the people that are really going to talk to your audience and be your best advocates, right?
Absolutely.
So I have a girlfriend who owns a makeup studio. She's a terrific makeup artist, and she has all her clients then post selfies of the makeup after she does it, and they're posting on their account, but it's a great testimonial to her work and how she's doing. And I think that, and she does a good job of this, that you should take those pictures and then maybe put them in your stories or republish them on your account. It's more authentic if it comes from your client, but then use that content. Put that content out as yours too.
Absolutely. It's also good to use that third tab on Instagram. That way you can see the pictures that they're tagged in. That way you're getting an entire different user experience. Whereas, on the regular feed, you're just getting all the content they want you to see. So you can see, some real life testimonials that way if you look at the content they're tagged in.
All right. So when you go to a business account, you look at their stuff, but you also hit what are they tagged in to see what other people are saying. Yeah, I think that's common, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to see what other people say about you.
Instant feedback, instant reviews. That way I don't have to go searching for it, to cross-reference the product or the service I may want to get. It's just one-stop shopping right there.
As the keeper of our Instagram, I check that tab a lot to see what we're tagged in too, because it's a great way for me to get content to share or to comment on things that I was tagged in, or to untag myself if I don't want myself tagged.
Any of those to show on mine.
Well, but again, you're personal, I'm business, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think if you went to a business page and you went to their tag and they had none, what would you think about that as well?
Not many people are using their services, or talking about their services at least.
That, and I would also see how long they've been in business. Because if it's a new account, I mean, obviously they're not going to get that tag.
Or a service.
Or a service.
It'd be harder.
They may not have that yet, but they may have verified content that they're posting on their main page, but they just may not have the client base yet. It may be a new account for them not to have anything.
I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit though, because we have a client that's a criminal defense attorney, and she's on Instagram, and I don't think she's tagged in many pictures, but she's good at what she does, and she's been in business a long time. I think there are some industries that lend themselves to user-generated content a little more than others, right?
100%.
Next time I get arrested, I'm not tagging my criminal defense attorney in a picture either, right?
It's all mugshots.
Unless it covers the cost.
And if you're a service provider, that may be a good way to incentivize it. Maybe like, hey, maybe your next session is free or at a discounted rate if you tag me in this Instagram post.
Yeah, I mean, those are valid ways to get your name out there, right? We always ask, when we have people in the office for our classes, our workshops here, we always ask them to tag us if they post a picture, right? I think that's valid. It's a good way to get your name out there. Okay, all right, good. Anything else we should know about service-based businesses on Instagram?
No, just keep it fun. If you're a fun brand, make sure you're speaking in your brand's voice. If you're a fun, hip client, make sure your content is fun, hip, and edgy. And just making sure that you're easily accessible to them, that all your links are correct and all your phone numbers are correct and your contact information is correct.
Okay, cool. And that you're using good hashtags so that people can find your account and your services, your content, because that's how a lot of people discover new things online, on Instagram especially. All right, so Taylor, let's shift gears a little bit, because we were just saying here in our Orange County office, it is finally 80 degrees, right? It finally got warm. I've been in the past 3 weeks. I've been in Atlanta and then in Vegas in our other two offices. Totally got summer down there. It was warm in both of those, but here it's been a little disappointing. But we finally brought on summer, and so now, safe to say, it's hit us everywhere. What should we be thinking about for our social media for the summer?
Yeah.
It's a different game out there from it gets warmer outside?
Yeah, so first things first is just because you're about to go on vacation does not mean your social media channels should be going on vacation as well.
Yes.
There's no such thing as summer mode in marketing. If anything, you should ramp it up during this time because people have more time to spend at home, on their phones, on the computer. So it's just something that we want to be maximizing, whether that's content or creative campaigns. So the first things first is the content. Whether you use Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, it doesn't matter. You can start by creating seasonal content based on summer. So you want to think bright and playful things like summer. Whether you're a product or service-based company, you can incorporate this. One of the first things we do with our clients and we talk about for brands is just changing out little things like cover photos on your channels.
Yeah.
And you can create these in many different ways, whether it's on platforms like Canva, or you have different photo shoots that you can rotate out throughout the year. It's a really easy step to do.
But make a cover photo that relates to the time of year.
Yeah, of course.
So whether it's your product in a summery setting or whether, something that talks about how your business is relevant this time of year.
Yeah, and we have clients like shopping centers, and it's hard to take an image of a shopping center and make it look seasonal, so you can do fun graphics on it like a Christmas present bow or stuff like that. So in the summer it obviously looks better because it's near the beach and it's already summery, but sometimes in winter you can just add graphics or anything little if you don't have budget to do a new photo shoot for your product or service.
So just tweak a photo a little bit.
Yeah. And that
Alright.
helps. This is also something you want to do since visuals are so deeply rooted with people. This is just going to knock it out of the park for Instagram because you can incorporate so many outdoors things, whether it's the beach, just outside, the barbecue, the pool. You can incorporate a lot of summer content ideas. And when people see this, it resonates with them and it'll perform better all year long. Last but not least on content is we are living in a DIY age, which stands for do it yourself if you're not familiar with it. And this is great for YouTube and brands and companies that have YouTube channels because you can create tutorials. And like I said before, more people have more time at home to be trying these things and doing things themselves. So this is when you could use your product, a how-to, or how you can incorporate it into your life on YouTube.
All right. You think summer is bigger for how-tos because people have free time?
Oh, 100%. And the weather's nicer. They can go out in the garage in the morning. You got to spread out your whole campaign to get all the crafts ready. But yeah, I think summer people have more time. Kids have more time. They want to try new things. It's kind of a creative time of year.
There's also, I'm thinking about one of our clients that's an aesthetics practice, right? They're like a med spa, and there's
Yes.
probably different services that people go to in the summer versus in the winter or the fall.
Yes, so
Right?
that's exactly was my next point.
Sorry.
You want to think about what products or services sell the most in summer. So, in the summer, like you said, with skincare, you want to think about hydrating your skin and protecting your skin. So those services perform way better in the summer. So maybe that's when you should be running ads towards those services. Whereas maybe that's when the medical aesthetics like Botox and that stuff takes a back seat, and that happens more during winter because in summer we're more about facials and hydrating.
And liposuction.
Yeah. Cool sculpting, I think, is the new thing.
Sorry.
It's all the new
Beachwear
rage.
ready.
So
Yes.
yes, getting ready to be in a bikini.
Yeah.
That's all I meant. All right. So think about your products and services. What are people interested in this time of year? I also wanted to mention we have another client that sells a very winter specific product. It's a snow boot that people use on the mountain, and it's easy to say there's nothing to talk about in the summer because people aren't on the mountain because they're not skiing or whatever, snowboarding. But summer can be a great time to prep and get your campaigns ready and do the legwork and the backup work to get ready to hit it hard when winter season comes and you're going to sell a lot more boots in this case, but whatever your product is.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. For someone who's grown up in the mountains, I buy all my winter gear in the off season because it's more affordable. Normally last year's stuff has come out and next year's stuff is already previewed, which is just way more expensive. So it's a really good time to buy. And like I said before, it's a good time to create these campaigns and sales around those products.
So even if you don't have a summer specific product or service, think about what you can do to lay good groundwork for really hitting it hard when your product gets popular again.
And if you're a world traveler, I mean, it's winter and chilly right now, so you never
There
know.
you have it. Yeah. Well, and we have a good friend who goes ice climbing. She does that
Jessica.
year round. Yeah, Jessica. So somebody needs the boots. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Somewhere.
Yeah, and last but not least, if you're having trouble creating so many different types of content and cover photos, you can create one summer campaign. We're doing this with a couple clients right now, and this is, like Katie said earlier, a good way to generate UGC, where you create a hashtag around the summer campaign. People are using it, people are tagging it with your company or product in it, and then you're just reposting that as your content, and you've kind of covered your summer ground all year long with one campaign.
Okay, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, yeah. And then when is it, Taylor, this wasn't in your article, but when is it time to start thinking about fall next? Like how far in advance? Because right now we're sort of in summer, so if you haven't gotten your summer campaigns ready, like let's get on it. But like when should we shift gears and start talking about what's coming up next for fall?
Probably July or August.
Yeah, I think a good month, 6 weeks in advance, right?
Yeah, you should always be prepping well ahead, so as it comes, it happens. Like we said, here in Orange County, it's been a little rainy and stuff, so all of a sudden we're like, summer's here today. But yeah, definitely far in advance. So if you're way ahead, July, if not August for sure.
Yeah. If you need help prepping your summer campaign or your campaign for next fall, give us a call or send us an email, tips@kwsmdigital.com. We're happy to brainstorm with you. This is what we do all day. We love it. So we'll help you analyze what you're doing now or take a look at what you could be doing for the next season if you need some help. So that does it for us today. A couple of things I want to tell you about before we let you go. First, if you've wanted to try video for your business, but you've been a little scared because video is intimidating, it can be expensive, we're hosting something here called Studio Day, Video Studio Day, where we're going to let you make 3 to 4 short videos for your website or your social media for a fraction of the cost of a normal video shoot. That comes up at the end of this month, June. I believe it's the 25th. So go on our website, there's a tab for Video Studio Day, and you can look at what that's all about. And then if you happen to be watching this from near our Atlanta office, KWSM Atlanta, we are holding our social media boot camp in Atlanta in July. We're teaching our 2 most popular classes, that's Facebook and LinkedIn. And the dates are, it's one at the end of July and one August 2nd. I think it's the 26th.
And the session of August, yes.
Okay, 26th is Facebook of July, and the 2nd of August is LinkedIn. But again, if you go on our website, kwsmdigital.com, you can see all the information there. So if you're interested in joining us for either of those things, please check it out and send us an email. And if you need more resources, want to read more about social media or need some tips, a couple of things, you can go to our blog, KWSMdigital.com. We blog 8 times a week, so there's lots of new articles there. Or you can go to our YouTube channel, which is actually KWSM Team, and we have past episodes of this show, plus our tip of the day videos, and lots of resources there. So happy browsing, and we hope to hear from you soon. We'll see you next week. Thanks.